Hello! Today I'm going to be unboxing some lovely baby Alocasia from Plants for All Seasons. I've been really into Alocasia as of late and I did the only rational thing and I ordered 5 baby ones online at 12 PM. So this is actually my first time ordering from this website and my first time ordering plants online in general. So I was nervous because I had this vision in my mind that all my plants were going to arrive all like soggy and horrible and crispy, but I was actually so pleasantly surprised. So the plants arrived safe and sound in this green casing. They were all wrapped up in some damp toilet paper so they didn't dry out during shipping. I was actually so surprised at how healthy they all looked on first glance. The first of the 5 plants was this black stem Zebrina. It's absolutely gorgeous and it already has this new leaf unfurling. I did end up chopping the smaller leaf off as it yellowed quite quickly, but I did kind of expect that sort of thing for at least one of these plants. So next up was this Alocasia reginula, also known as Alocasia black velvet. The texture and colouring of the leaves are so unique and this baby does currently have loads of leaves, but as it matures I am quite expecting it to drop quite a few. Then we have this classic Zebrina. I am absolutely in love with the pattern on the stems. I think it's so beautiful. We do have a little bit of leaf crinkliness in the back there, but I'm not too worried about that as there's already signs of new growth in this sheath. The fourth one I got was this tiny baby Micholitziana, also known as a Friedeck. There's a lot of discourse on the name of this plant because a lot of people refer to Friedeck as the variegated version, but I don't think it really matters all that much. I did actually doubt that this was a Friedeck at first because of the glossiness of the leaves, but I was assuming that this is just because of the immaturity of the plant, as it does have the kind of like classic white strip down the middle, so I'm hoping it goes a bit more velvety as it matures. The last plant that I ordered was actually a Wenti elephant ear, but oh my god, they were out of stock and they actually ended up sending one of my wishlist plants, which is an Alocasia dragon scale. When I was looking for these baby plants, this plant wasn't originally on their website, so I was so excited when I received this. It does, however, show some signs of edema on the underbelly of the leaves. What is known as edema in plants is actually a darkening of the underside of the leaves due to moisture retention or water buildup. This can usually be resolved and kind of disappears if you monitor your watering and the amount of humidity in the air. So I do have hope that this will clear up in this dragon scale. So all of these little lads are going into my mini Akbar greenhouse and you can actually watch how I made this here. I originally wasn't going to repot these guys so soon after shipping because transport can cause a lot of stress in plants, but the state of the soil was not worth the risk. It was super wet and mossy. Unfortunately, 2 of these plants arrived in netting and I hate netting. I feel like it's so maladaptive to the growth of a plant. Like, it makes starting growing a culm or a little seed or a sapling really easy for most growers. But once the plants actually start developing their own root system, it makes it so much harder and you're more likely to kind of destroy that. One of the reasons I hate netting so much is because a lot of big plant retailers or like grocery stores will grow plants in these and then end up potting them still in the netting, just in a larger pot. And a lot of people who are new to plants don't really know to check for this, so it ends up dying and they think it's their fault. So always check your plants. My Zebrina was the worst for this as it has such gorgeous chunky roots, but they were completely coming through the netting. I did manage to get them all out with some patience though. Okay, that's my netting rant over. I used a chunky Alocasia mix from Grow Tropicals for these plants, which is mainly consisted of coco coir, bark, perlite and worm castings. The chunkiness of this soil mixture is actually really good for aloes because even though they like high humidity and a lot of moisture, they are quite finicky about getting their feet wet. All of the roots look super happy on these guys, so I just made sure to be careful when repotting. I essentially just like tickle the soil off all of the roots until it all comes off. I got them all soiled up and gave them a nice drink of filtered water. I would typically use rainwater, but I didn't have any right now, so I will be using that in the future. My dining table looked like an absolute war zone at this point, but luckily the magic of video editing came to the rescue. Right after repotting, they all went super floopy, but I did kind of expect that because of the stress of traveling, with shipping and with the new potting. It was just kind of to be expected. Really quickly after though, overnight, they perked up so much and I was so relieved. I actually got a lot of new growth already coming out. So on the classic Sabrina, the new leaf has been coming out of its sheath, as well as the one unfurling on the black stem Sabrina. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so pleased with all my little Alocasia. Hopefully you'll have as good of an experience with this retailer as I have, because I know some people have had issues with them. Let's hope I don't kill them all.